Hello friends, welcome back to another session of Web Technologies. In today's class, I'm going to discuss a lab experiment. So in this particular lab experiment, we do have two parts. The first part is to create a table in the database. So I'm going to use MySQL database, and in this particular database, I'm going to create a table, and the name of the table is going to be books. And this books contains three attributes. Okay, so in the problem statement, actually, they asked us to create four attributes. The first one is the name of the book, next is price, then quantity and the amount. So I'm going to create a books table with the name of the book and then the price and quantity only. Price and then the quantity. Amount, I'll calculate it in my servlet. Okay, so this is the first part. And coming to the second part, I'm going to modify my catalog page. So as soon as the user clicks on the catalog page, then the table will be displayed in the catalog page. So that is the part B of the lab experiment. Okay, right. So modify your catalog page in such a way that you should connect to the database. So I'll be connecting to the database and extract the data from the tables and display them in the catalog page using JDBC. So let's get started. So the first thing that I need to do is I need to create the table. To create the table, I'm going into the search of my PC and then I'm going to go into MySQL command line client. So this is MySQL command line client and I'm going to give the password and then I'm going to use the database which is user database. So inside this database, I'm going to create the table. So to create the table, I have used the command which is create table and I'm going to name this table as books. And inside this books table, I'm going to have three attributes. The first one is the name of the book, which is varchar string. Varchar is nothing but string. And then these are the data types that are there in MySQL. So to represent a string, I'll be saying varchar. And then the price is integer and quantity is integer. So we need to remember the data types so that in Servlet, we need to use the appropriate get methods to retrieve the data. Okay. So the first one is varchar. So I'll be using get string method. And the next one is price is integer. So I'm going to use get int. And then for quantity also, I'm going to use get int. So this remembering these data types is important. So once I use this command, the table will be created for me. So the table is created for me. So let me actually show you the table. So describe, okay, so books. Okay, so you can see that this is my table description. So you can see I have name, which is varchar, type varchar, price int and quantity int. So there are three attributes. Okay, so this is regarding my table. So I'll be using a command which is insert into books. So I'll be inserting the values. So the first insert is like I have made is web technologies and the price of it is 350 and the quantity is 2 and so on. Okay. So in this way, you can use how many ever insert commands that you like to, and you can insert how many ever books that you want into the database. So after inserting all the data into my books, let me show you what my books table consists of. So I'm using this command, which is select star from books. So these are all the books that I have inserted, and you can see the quantity is here in the last column. Okay, and then the price is here. So I'll be multiplying the quantity into the price in my servlet. Okay, right. So there are four entries in my particular table. So once the table is ready, now we'll be moving on to the second part, which is creating your servlet. And then we'll be extracting the data from we'll be establishing the database connectivity. And then we'll extract this data from this database and show it in the catalog page. Okay, right. So I am quitting from this command line client. So let me show you my week 11 structure, folder structure. So inside this, I'm having departments and then description.html, head and home.html and on. Let me show you my home. So I kept only the links that are needed for me. So this is the basic home page of my bookstore. And I didn't give any data for the home login and registration because this problem statement do not require all of them. So I require only the catalog. So as soon as the user clicks on the catalog, so it should show the table for us. Okay, so that is actually we need to do. So it's a hyperlink. So let me actually show you the catalog page. Okay, let me show you the head code. Okay, fine. Inside the head page, you have the first one is description.html, then login.html, then registration.html, and then you have this catalog option. Okay. So in here, what I'm doing is this is an anchor tag, and I'm giving in the href, I'm giving the URL where you could find this book servlet dot class. Okay. So I just wanted to open this. So in the href, I'm giving the URL. So HTTP localhost, and then I'm giving 8080, that's the port number on which my Tomcat runs. And then this is the folder name. And in here, I'm giving the .class file information, which is book servlet. Okay, so this URL I have given it in href. Okay, fine. So as soon as the catalog is a hyperlink, as soon as I click on this, it will open this book servlet .class file for us. Okay, so this is one modification I did in the head .html. So the rest of the code is similar to what I have shown you in the previous videos. Okay, right. Now coming into the web.inf folder. So inside this folder, so I have classes and web.xml. So inside my classes, so let me show you my servlet Java code. So you know that all these are the supporting import statements that are required to create this servlet. So then the name of the servlet is book servlet, and then I have written the method which is public void service. Okay, because do post and do get methods do not work here, because I'm not using a form and an action attribute here. Okay, so I'm giving an hyperlink. So as soon as you click on the hyperlink, this service method will be called. And then I have taken the print writer object. Then I have set the content to be text or HTML of this print writer. And then this is where I have loaded my type 4 MySQL driver and registered it. And then here I established the connection. So wherein I said driver manager dot get connection. So I gave three attributes over here. So the first one is the URL, and the second one is the username, and the third one is the password. And this get connection method will return the connection object. So here we have said connection con. So con is a connection object in which like this connection is established. So next I'm saying statement stm is equal to con dot create statement. So here we have created the statement in which we will be writing our SQL query. So in stm.execute query, so I have written the query to extract all the books from the table books. So select star from books. Okay, so wherein this all the rows from this particular books are now in the result set R. So this is optional. If you want to, you can create a table. So you will be able to create the table once you set this set content type to be text or HTML. So here I created a table. So I made the table to come into the center, and then table border is equal to 1. If you are not giving this border, then there won't be any borders for the table. Then we created the table head, and inside the table head, see, I have given 4 options. The first one, the first heading is the book name. Second one is the price. Third one is the quantity, and the fourth one is the amount. From the table, we'll be getting only book name, price, and quantity. But here I have added one more attribute, which is amount, which I will be calculating in the servlet. Next, I'm turning in a loop. So inside this loop, I said r dot next. So r dot next will retrieve all the tuples that are selected from this particular books table. So one after the other, it will be displaying the contents of the tuples. So the first thing I did is, as I have shown you the description of the table. So the first one is varchar. So I'll be using the getString method. So r dot getString. Okay. So I have retrieved the first data from the tuple. And then here, since I said I'm calculating the amount in the servlet, so I have taken double variables x and y. And then inside x, I have put the price. and inside Y I have put the quantity. Okay. So since they are of integer type, I need to use the method which is getInt. So I have taken price in X, and then again I'm printing it. I'm putting it in the table row, and then as a data in the table row, and then I have extracted the quantity in Y, and I have displayed this particular quantity in the table data of the table row, and then finally I'm calculating the product of price into quantity, and I have put it in a double variable A, and then I have put this A as part of the amount attribute. Okay, so this loop will turn till there are no tuples left out. So after the tuples are over, so then I am closing the table tag and then the center tag. Finally, I'm closing the connection. Okay, and this is I'm putting all this making connection to the database and all in the try and catch, because there are chances that the connection may fail and it may throw SQL exception. So this is what I have written in the servlet. I hope everybody understood. Once the servlet is written, so you need to compile and put the .class file inside the same folder, which is classes. Okay, right. So let me show you my web.xml file. So in here, the name of the servlet is book servlet, and the class name is also book servlet. And then this is the URL mapping. So slash book servlet. So this is what I have given there, right, in the href. So whatever I have given in the href, I am putting it over here, slash book servlet. And as soon as this slash book servlet is seen on the URL field, so the name of the servlet is retrieved from the web.xml, and it is matched across the .class file, which is book servlet, and this book servlet class is executed. So this is what happens. And then in the welcome file list, I have given the welcome file, which is home.html. So that's it with my folder. So once the folder is ready, now take it and deploy it in web apps of your Tomcat. So let me show you that. So this is my Tomcat. Okay. So inside this Tomcat, so you have web apps. So I have pasted it over here in the web apps. So this is my week 11 folder. Okay. So once everything is ready, so let me go to the bin folder and then startup. Okay. So my Tomcat started. So let me go to the browser and then type localhost 8080. Okay. So then put a slash and then give the folder name. So what is the folder name? Week 11, right? So I have given the folder name. So this is the home page, and you can see everything is in hyperlink over here. Okay. So now come to the catalog. As soon as I click on the catalog, it should display the table for me, right? And also it should calculate the amount, total amount, and it should also give one more extra column here in the catalog. So let me show you that. So as I click on the catalog, so you can see I got four attributes over here, columns here. So the first one is the book name, next is price and quantity, and the product of this price and quantity is put in this particular amount. Okay, so 300 into 2, which is 600, 350 into 2, which is 700. We need not calculate. So you can write this logics and all inside your servlet. So then 312 into 5. So all this product has come into the amount over here. And as I have already shown that I have 4 entries in the table, all the 4 entries are displayed here in the catalog page. So that's it, friends. This is your week 11 lab experiment. I hope this video is helpful to you. Thank you for watching.